Hi everybody, I'm Zach Groobs, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 most anticipated Wii U indie games. Taking a break from my Super Mario Bros. 3 walkthrough, because there's so much cool indie stuff coming to the Wii U eShop that I thought I'd go through 10 of the games I'm most excited for. So number 10 is Scram Kitty and His Buddy on Rails. As you can tell, this game is it's like a shooter on rails, and it's got some really cool art. The title blows me away, Scram Kitty. I don't know what's going on. The guy looks like, well, I guess there's the kitty, but it looks like a regular dude shooting stuff. I don't know, I just think the uniqueness of this game drew me to it ever since I saw it for the first time. So there's number 10, Scram Kitty and His Buddy on Rails. Alright, the next game is Hover, Revolt of Gamers, number 9. This is a game that's on Kickstarter currently. It's actually not met its Wii U goal as of right now, but it's only 3,000 or something away of its $100,000 Wii U goal, and there's 7 days left, so it's totally gonna make it. It looks like a blend of Mirror's Edge and a few other things, and you can tell just by looking at the graphics are super bright, super cool. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. It'll probably be a long time before this one makes it to Wii U, as it's still finishing up its Kickstarter campaign, but I'm excited to see what this turns out to be. Alright, number 8 is Teslagrad, and this looks to be like a 2D side-scrolling, maybe adventure game where you're going around. There's some sort of narrative involved here. It just, to me, I think this game looks gorgeous. The art style is just totally interesting. Some of the abilities that you're going to be using this game seem really interesting. I'm really interested to see how this one turns out. It just seems like it's very creative, very beautiful, very interesting game. I don't know when it's coming out, but when it does, I'm going to be right there because I'm really excited about this one. Alright, the next one on my list is none other than Shovel Knights at number 7. This one's a real throwback in the style of 16-bit presentation. This one's had a lot of interest around it. It should be out very, very soon. There have been tweets from Yacht Club Games, the developers of this one, keeping us informed that it's in the last stages of testing, and it should be out very, very soon. So another one to keep your eyes for. Alright, the next one on the list, number 6, is Ballpoint Universe. This game is done completely in the art style, generated by different drawings done with pen. All of this artwork in this game is done with a ballpoint pen, or at least that's what they're going for. So it's hard to tell exactly what it is. It looks like there's some 2D side-scrolling stuff and some 2D shooter mechanics involved with this one. Honestly, it's the art style in this one that's got me really interested. I have never seen anything like this. Don't know when this one's coming out. Could be a while yet, but when it does, this one looks very, very interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Alright, the next one on my list, number 5, is 1001 Spikes. I was kind of confounded by this one until I saw a video that actually explained the premise of it. In this game you have 1001 lives. That's it. That's all. And the game is apparently incredibly difficult. So at the moment when you're least expecting it, it's going to throw an obstacle at you that could kill you. And the only way to be able to succeed this game is to use those 1001 lives wisely, to try and learn the levels, to memorize exactly when you're going to die if you're not careful, and to get your way through it. After hearing the premise and having it explained to me in a video, I'm totally on board with this one. Looks very cool, looks very challenging, and it should be a good one when it comes out. Alright, the next game on my list is Hyper Light Drifter. This one comes in at number 4. You might notice a theme in my list. I have a ton of games, mostly all games, that interest me visually, that are extremely visually stimulating. This one, it arguably is the best looking game on my list. The art style in this game is completely original. It's very dreamy, almost ethereal. This game seems to have the gameplay style of an old action RPG, maybe like a Secret of Mana or something along those lines. Frankly, I am just really interested in getting to experience the aesthetic of this game. The music, the art style, the whole world just looks dreamy. And gameplay aside, this one is one that, whether or not I get to play it or I just happen to end up sitting on my couch or someone else's couch watching someone else play it, I am really excited about this one. Alright, number 3 on my list is a game called Tengami, another very visually interesting game. I was first alerted to this game when Don Koopman of Nintendo World Report website, he did a series of interviews with indie game developers a while back. I'd recommend checking it out. This game is based upon the idea of trying to bring a pop-up book experience into a game. So I think this is already out on tablets, but I think obviously a natural transition would be for this one to come to the Wii U gamepad, and it is. So this one should be very interesting to see how the gamepad is used to try and mimic the pop-up book experience, the experience of pulling the paper tabs and making different things happen and pop out at you. It seems like an interesting change of pace from some of the other games on my list. Right, number 2 on my list is Cosmocoria. This one was only funded just days ago on Kickstarter for the Wii U, and it has an art style that I would say is maybe reminiscent of South Park, sort of a paper cutout style, with the paper cutouts coming to life and being animated and moving around. It looks really interesting with its jetpack gameplay. You are a tiny pink naked guy floating in space trying to accomplish something. I'm not sure what, but whenever this one comes out, it should be interesting to see. Alright, and finally, number 1. My number 1 Wii U indie game that I'm most excited for is everything else. It's the mystery game. It's basically, I know it's a cheap cop-out to get all the way to number 1 and say that it's the game that I'm not expecting. It's the game that surprises me this year at E3 when I'm expecting all big studio announcements, and there's some indie game that Nintendo brings on stage and shows it to everybody for the first time, or some other game that I become aware of and just takes everybody by storm. But it's the truth, it's the honest truth. There's so much cool indie content coming to Wii U in the next year, the next 2 years, that I'm sure there's tons of stuff that we don't even know about yet that will take us all by surprise. So my number one Wii U indie game it's the mystery game, the big question mark. It's some other game that's going to come along and blow us all away, where it's all the other games that are going to do the exact same thing. I could have chosen one specific game for this spot, but I thought it's appropriate based on just the slew of content that seems to be coming down the pipeline to give number one spot to all the amazing developers, indie developers that put their lives on hold to make us all cool content. And a lot of time, they're not really making much of a profit from it either. You know, there's a reason why they're going on to Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all these crowdfunding websites to try and create interesting worlds for us to experience. So yeah, number one spot is all the other cool indie content that's coming to the Wii U. Doesn't go to any one specific game or one specific indie studio that's going to bring something, but just to all of the indie developers in general that are bringing us cool stuff to play. So cool that they take their time to do that, and I'm going to enjoy playing it. Thanks for watching, guys. If I missed a title that you're looking forward to, leave me a comment below and let me know. If you like my list, let me know. Subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and I'll see you next time.